Speaking of moves this offseason, the Golden State Warriors signed Steph Curry to a super max contract extension, a 4-year, $215 million extension that is tacked on to the final year of his current contract, which pays him a salary of about $46 million. So if you look at the next 5 years, over the next 5 years, he's guaranteed $261 million over the next 5 years. This is the second $200+ million contract he signed. That's the first time ever in NBA history that a guy has signed two $200 million contracts. And it's absolutely sensational to see a basketball player be able to demand that type of salary. And so it naturally poses the question, because this is going to retain Steph Curry and keep him with the Golden State Warriors throughout the duration of his prime. And so naturally the question is, well, can the Warriors still manage to win another NBA title with Steph Curry in the Steph Curry era? And so, first of all, he deserves every single penny of it. What he's meant to this organization cannot be understated and cannot be denied. Not only has he elevated himself to the greatest Golden State Warrior ever, but he's revolutionized the game along the way. His style of play, along with Klay Thompson, they're the greatest shooting backcourt in the history of the NBA. But you've got a guy in Steph Curry who's one of the top 4 most influential basketball players in NBA history. In NBA history. That's how much he's transcended the game with the three-point shot. His ability to not only shoot it off the dribble, but to have the combination and the combined skill set of being able to hit the open three, running off screens, moving without the basketball, shooting the three on the dribble. The floor spacing that he and now Klay Thompson, the two of them, create, they change the way that teams have to approach constructing a team, because now you need guys who can hit the long ball to match their star power, and you need guys that can defend the three-point shot, that can stretch out to defend those guys. And then the other thing is, he was part of a Golden State Warriors team. He was part of a team that revolutionized basketball. Because now playing small ball, what was truly kind of established, and it really kind of blossomed and took off because of what the Warriors did, playing 5 out with a center who's a little bit undersized in Draymond Green, who's versatile and well-equipped to defend 1 through 5 and also shoot the three ball and be a playmaker. This team, this core group of Steph, Klay, and Draymond totally revolutionized the game, which is why, to me, they absolutely can win another title in the Steph Curry era. Because if you look at this iteration of the Golden State Warriors team, it's amazing to me the narratives that have surrounded this team that have shifted over time, because they've been one of the most fascinating teams. Their rapid rise to the top of the NBA standings and reaching the apex and the upper tier of the NBA, and then their sudden and precipitous fall to the depths of the NBA, being one of the worst teams in a matter of seconds. Because it all started with Steph, Klay, and Draymond in 2013 when they reached the second round. They beat the Nuggets in the first round, lost to the Spurs in the second round. 2014, they lost to the Clippers in 7 games in that first round series. And then from there, they went on to win the NBA Finals and advanced to the NBA Finals 5 consecutive seasons. And it was in this moment, again, where they win the title in 2015. They lose to LeBron and the Cavs in 2016. Back-to-back titles with KD, 2017, 2018. The only reason why they lost the finals to the Raptors in 2019 was injuries. KD and Klay went down. And then, obviously, Steph broke his hand the following year. Was a futile year. Klay Thompson ruptures his Achilles, and they have to start all over. But they've always maintained the talent to be an elite team. And that's why, again, they absolutely can still win an NBA title in the Steph Curry era, is because, let's be honest, the one thing that we've seen that can prolong careers the most in the NBA is shooting. The guys that can shoot the ball can not only remain relevant in the NBA, you can stay productive and you can be one of the integral pieces to a championship team. And that's what the Warriors have. You've got the greatest shooting backcourt ever to be able to keep your team relevant, to spread the floor, to draw in players. They're so unselfish with the basketball. They move without the basketball so well. It makes them a popular destination. And again, whether or not Bob Myers makes any changes this offseason and makes some big splash, successfully is able to execute a massive trade, which I think that he should do, but whether or not he can, if you just look at the roster that they have, I think that this Golden State Warriors team with Steph, with a healthy Klay Thompson, or even an 80 to 85% Klay Thompson, I think they're a top 3 team in the Western Conference right now. The only team that is head and shoulders above everyone else is the Lakers. But I think you've got the Warriors kind of grouped together with the Phoenix Suns, with the Denver Nuggets, with the Utah Jazz. The Clippers obviously are without Kawhi Leonard, so I've relegated them to more of a mediocre team. But again, that's really outside of the Lakers, it's pretty open. The Western Conference is pretty open. Again, you have a guy in Steph Curry that even at age 33 just won the scoring title, averaging 32 points per game. On 13 three-point shot attempts per game, he hit 42% of them. And that was when he was the focal point, when they didn't have anyone else to be able to divide and be able to split up some of the defenders. He was having to deal with double teams and triple teams every single time he stepped a foot over the midcourt line. So I think that personally, again, he just made his first team All-NBA for the 4th time. The marksmen that they have, I think that they are in a prime position to continue to win because teams and players, or more so players, will flock to Golden State. Their championship might not be this year. But if you're asking me in the entire Golden State Warriors era, whether they can win, I totally think that they can. I totally think that they can.